Qatar, Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani. President Sisi offered his deep appreciation for this greeting, praying that this occasion brings good, peace and blessings to the Arab and Islamic nations. For his part, Prince Tamim expressed his sincere greetings, marking the Greater Baram, wishing good and prosperity for the Egyptian government and people. Also on Monday, President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi received a phone call from Sultan of Oman, Haytham bin Tariq al-Said. Sultan of Oman offered his greetings to President al-Sisi, marking the Greater Baram, wishing progress and stability to Egypt. Meanwhile, President al-Sisi expressed his deep appreciation to Sultan Haytham bin Tariq, wishing good development and prosperity to the Omani people. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi received a greeting cable marking the Greater Baram from Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli, wishing this occasion brings peace and stability for the Arab and Islamic nations. In his cable to President al-Sisi, the Prime Minister vowed to exert more effort and giving to continue the path of development for Egyptians to live in progress and prosperity. Parliament Speaker Hanafi Gebeli also sent a greeting cable to President al-Sisi, marking the Greater Baram, asking God to spread health and good among the Egyptian people in this feast. Speaker of the Senate, Councillor Abdul Wahab Abdul Razik, also greeted the President, marking the occasion. Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli also sent a greeting cable to Grand Sheikh of Al-Azhar, Dr. Ahmad Al-Tayyib, marking the Greater Baram. In his cable, Madbouli offered his deep greetings to the Grand Sheikh, wishing him good health and asking God to bring goodness and blessings to the Arab and Islamic nations and development and prosperity to the Egyptian people. Grand Sheikh of Al-Azhar, Dr. Ahmad Al-Tayyib, stressed that feasts are great opportunities for more fraternity and unity to prevail among Egyptian Muslims and Copts. This came during a phone call from Pope Theodorus II, Pope of Alexandria and Patriarch of St. Mark Cathedral, greeting Al-Tayyib on the Greater Baram. Pope Theodorus expressed his sincere greetings to the Grand Imam and all Muslims, marking the occasion, wishing these happy occasions to bring goodness, love, peace and security to Egypt. The Air Defense Forces celebrated on Monday their 53rd anniversary, which marks the launch of the Missile Shield in June 1970. The Air Defense Commander General Mohammed Higazi held a press conference to mark the occasion. Speaking to attendees, Higazi said the heroes of the Air Defense Forces sacrificed their lives for the well-being of the nation. He saluted the pioneers of the Air Defense Forces and the leaders and personnel of the Air Defense Forces for their role in defending the nation. The Ministry of Interior's personnel across Egypt continued its campaign to distribute basic food commodities to the most needy brackets nationwide. This came ahead of approaching Eid al-Adha and within the framework of Kulluna Wahid, or We Are All One initiative. Meanwhile, the Interior Ministry intensified services and patrols along main traffic axes, highways and coastal roads. Surveillance and monitoring services were also readied to ensure the highest degrees of safety and security for citizens having vacations across the country. Over 2 million Muslim pilgrims officially began the annual Hajj pilgrimage on Monday. Pilgrims will travel on Tuesday from Mina to Mount Arafat, where the Prophet Muhammad delivered his final sermon. Some 2 million Muslim pilgrims officially began the annual Hajj pilgrimage on Monday, making their way out of Mecca after circling Islam's holiest site, the Kaaba, and converging on a vast tent camp in the nearby desert for a day and night of prayer. One of the largest religious gatherings in the world has returned to full capacity this year for the first time since the onset of the coronavirus pandemic 3 years ago. For pilgrims, it is a deeply moving spiritual experience that absolves sins, brings them closer to God, and unites the world's more than 1.8 billion Muslims. Some spend years saving up money and waiting for a permit to embark on the journey. The rituals during Hajj largely commemorate the Quran's accounts of Ibrahim, his son Ismail, and Ismail's mother, Hagar. Pilgrims have been doing the ritual circuit around the Kaaba since arriving in Mecca over recent days. As the last ones performed it Monday, the pilgrims made their way by foot or by bus to Mina, where they will camp in one of the largest tent cities in the world. They will pray throughout the day and night before traveling on Tuesday to Mount Arafat, where the Prophet Muhammad is said to have delivered his final sermon. Mina is vast and open with little respite from the desert heat and blazing sun. Soldiers sprayed pilgrims with water to cool them down. After Arafat, pilgrims collect pebbles from a site known as Muzdalifa to be used in the symbolic stoning of pillars representing the devil back in Mina. The final 3 days of the Hajj coincide with the festive Eid al-Adha holiday, when Muslims around the world slaughter livestock and distribute the meat to the poor. At least 14 civilians have been killed in war-torn Sudan's capital as rival forces are locked in a key battle over control of the Khartoum police headquarters. The paramilitary rapid support forces, which since mid-April have been fighting Sudan's regular army, announced late Sunday a victory in the battle for the police headquarters. The rapid support force said in